Hello YouTube, this is Brad or CyaNextRound, and this is Counter-Strike. This is the beautiful Counter-Strike Go Surf. I'm going to be bringing a basic tutorial. Seeing as I've been playing this quite a lot, I've actually gone pretty good. I don't know what my record is. This is like 1 minute 20 or something. It's not amazing compared to what other people get, but it's good enough for me to share a basic tutorial. So first of all, this is what you will spawn in. This is a map called surf_beginner, if you were wondering. This is a great beginner map. Yeah, this is where I started all my surfing. So I'm just going to talk about it a little bit while I give you some gameplay. And oh my Jesus, that was bad. Okay, so there are these ramps. Now, when you're on the left side of a ramp, you need to press D. So basically, you're pressing the key which points in the direction of the middle of the ramp. Now, if you're on a corner, however, where it bends around, which isn't on beginner, but, you know, it's on some maps. Oh my god, this is really hard to see. I can't even see my screen. Oh my god, wait 1 second. I just need to adjust my chair a little bit. Alright, yeah, so if you're on a corner, you need to press, if the ramp goes in to the left, you would press D? Yeah, so if you've got the ramp, okay, so this here is the ramp, and say it bends around like this, it bends around, and you're going around it like this, you would press D, so away from the ramp if you're in a corner. And it would be A if it was the opposite side. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what buttons I'm pressing as I go along. So D, A, D, A. Also, when you're in the air, if you press A to go left, it will sort of pull you through the air. And then press D and move your mouse right, and that will take you around to the right. So yeah. So this is what you can do with that feature, but it's more for other maps where you need to travel through the air. So it's the same here. D, and then when I need to move left in the air, A. Okay? So D, A. Alright, I can't even complete this. Wow, this is embarrassing. It's level 5, for God's sake. Oh my days. A, D, A, D, I can't make it. A, D, A. This is a lot harder to describe than I thought it would be. I'm very sorry for my lack of description. I need to, you know, go to the start. Okay, so for the first ramp of beginner, when you start off, there is this thing called pre-jumping, which is basically where you jump and you jump. I don't know if you can actually do it. Auto-hopping seems to be fixed on this server for some reason, like I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to on my old PC. And some other people have been complaining about it as well, so I don't know if it's a glitch or not. But if you hold spacebar, sometimes, let me just, oh my gosh, I need to just take this slowly. When you connect to the server, it will load up. This shouldn't take too long to load, so just wait a second. Okay, so it gives you this menu on the left hand side. We can see skilled, auto hop, sideways, W only, stamina, A only. I always go for auto hop because on some of the ramps you need auto hop, and what it is, it's like a bunny hop where you continuously jump around. Oh, there we go, it does work now. As you can see, it's sort of like making me top around. and it's very handy for getting speed, because some people do abuse it quite a lot. So on some servers it's removed. But yeah, that's auto hop. That's not really important for now. This is just the basics. So you start for this. You sort of need to jump. I mean, if you struggle a bit, like going down like this, then you might want to jump. I always jump just to get an extra boost, but you sort of need to do an arc to get momentum going down, and then you need to go back up to lift yourself up into the air. But if you don't go down enough and you lift yourself up too much, you'll lose momentum and you won't go as quick. Which is why you need to sort of level it out and not do too many aggressive flicks with your mouse. So if you just look at the mouse movement, it's very easy. That last bit, I was just clipping on a bit, so I had to rush it quite a little. Now, this stage was the one I got stuck on, and I got stumped. It seems so simple, but when you play the game, it's so much more harder. I've pretty much mastered the entire game now, so I can do it. But yeah, this should get you a feel for the game. You need to press A when you're on this side of the ramp. And on the right hand side, you press the opposite key, which would be the A key. And then when you're on the left side, you press the opposite key, which would be the D key. Because the D key is on the right hand side rather than the left hand side when you're on the left hand side of the ramp. So, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm explaining this well enough. I know viewers aren't stupid, but if you're on the left side, you hold D, okay? Because A is the left button, it moves you left, and D moves you right. So you need to move right on the left side of the ramp. Yes. And on the right hand side of the ramp, you need to move left to clip yourself to the ramp. So I would press A now because I'm on the right hand side and A is the left key. I think I've got that covered. Yeah, so next I'm going to go through a few menus which are pretty much on every server. Now if you struggle with lag, you can type in players hide. Nah, players hide. Oh my gosh, player hide. What is the command? This is embarrassing, I didn't even know the command. Hopefully someone on here knows it. Player hide. Maybe hide players. Nah, don't worry. Okay, but there's a command which hides players, it helps lag. Oh, hide. Okay, thanks. Okay, so hide basically removes the other players from the game. So if you're playing in a game which has lots and lots of people, it will lag your game out. Not all the time, obviously. If you have a good computer, it won't. But for computers that struggle, that helps out a lot sometimes. Also, you can just turn down your game settings and options, which should help quite a lot. I know for multiplayer games, in actual combat, it didn't really help my old computer. But it does for Counter-Strike Surf, so yeah. So that's the hide command. We have knife. Oh my gosh, knife. Which brings up a list of the knives now. We've got the bayonet knife. Pretty sexy. The gut knife. Don't like that at all. I'm sorry for my loud typing. We have the flip knife, which is kind of nice. We have the M9 bayonet, which is kind of nice. We have the karambit, which is my favourite. Look at it. And we have the huntsman knife. And don't ignore the fact there is a next page. Here we have the butterfly, the default, and the golden. Default and the golden aren't very nice, but I'll show you the butterfly. I'm going to go back to the karambit now. So you can actually just type an exclamation mark and then their name. So that's pretty much the commands covered. There are a few more, but we don't really need to know about those. Exclamation mark R restarts your run through. So yeah. I'm gonna do the key thing again where I show you what keys I'm pressing. and that should put a good image into your head of what keys you'll need to be pressing. So you press D, left side of the ramp, moving left in the air, so I press A to move to the left. I can't even, I need to actually play the game properly rather than just, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You know, when I'm in the game I can't speak, it's really hard. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go through the keys and focus. I need to sit up because I can't actually see my screen, it's like black at the top. Just ignore me, okay? D, A, holding A, D, A, I don't know, I just sort of hold a key when I'm going straight. Oh, I sort of hold a key when I'm going straight, but I don't actually need to. Now, this is a lot harder, but I need to show you the art feature on this map. See how I went up to the corner because I started quite far up on the ramp, as you can see. So that gives you enough momentum to go to the top of the ramp and pull over. Now, you're going to need to use the wing to bounce off, because it's very hard. Some people can do it. I, for myself, can't. But you need to hit the wall to bounce off, and that basically just pings you off and over the wall at the end. Now, it will take you a long time to get used to the stages and actually develop a skill within that stage. And every stage does teach you a skill, I can promise you that now. Stage 6 teaches the auto hop, but it didn't for me because I'm a beast. Oh, you can do stage and then the number. I will show you where the auto hop is, and I'll try and do it, but I won't make it because I've never really tried it. It's here, and some people can do it, but I just go for the easier straight over. It is used in stage 7 if you do try to use it. Oh my god, I should stop talking about the map, I'm so sorry. Oh, my voice is a bit... Oh, that doesn't sound right, that's croaky, man. But yeah, you do lose momentum when you go straight up. This is what I really struggled with on stage 3. Now, as you can see, it's 2 simple ramps around the corner. Now, I was only landing about here and I couldn't make it because I didn't have enough momentum, which is why you need to stay at the middle of the ramp when you start on the ramp and when you end on the ramp. So middle, bottom, bottom, top, because I got the momentum going up because I had enough speed. Now, if you don't have enough speed, you can still do it, which I'm going to show now. No, okay, I'll just carry on. Yeah, if you don't have momentum, you can still do stage 3. It's the same with other stages, it's just very hard to pull it back. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. This is what I was doing, and I couldn't do it. As you can see, I nearly made it. Now, sometimes if you maneuver it perfectly, it will make it. I can make it every time because I spent an entire day on that level. Spent an entire day on 5 and I still can't do it. But yeah, it's practice makes perfect. The only things you really need to know for now are the keys. I'm pretty sure people on the servers will help you out if you have problems. Normally, every day I see people on here saying, does anyone need any tips? Does anyone need me to spec for them and help them? Does anyone want a tutorial for a certain stage? There are a lot of friendly people on Counter-Strike Go. I don't know about Source, probably. But yeah, there are people willing to help you out, so don't be afraid to ask. If you have any queries or questions or whatever, post them in the comments and I'll do a video about it or reply to your comments. Any frequently answered questions will be in the description, so check there if you need to look at some frequently asked questions. I don't know, my personal FAQ in my description. But yeah, by the way, I always wanted to know this before I played Counter-Strike Go, but you press F to flip your knife, so yeah, it's sexy. I'm CyaNextRound, guys. See, I really am CyaNextRound. Anyway, peace.